Hi everyone, this is Manpreet here. I'm here with Syria Gaia. We just met today in Ibiza. This woman is 82 years old. She left her marriage of 47 years 15 years ago. She's now published in 4 amazing books which talk all about her travel journey. So Syria, please tell us about yourself.
Well, first of all, after 47 years, I left my husband, and at 68, I started backpacking around the world. I went to 47 countries in 7 years, and I ended up in Ibiza.
Wow, that's amazing. So when did you end up in Ibiza, and what made you stay in Ibiza?
Well, I came here 5.5 years ago, and I was guided to come here. I went to the Greek islands, and I was going to go to Mykonos, and I asked the purser when I'd been on there for quite a while how far it was, and he said, "You're on the wrong boat." But I was on the right boat for the universe.
Wow.
So I go to a little tiny island called Antiparos, and I met a lady who came from Ibiza, and she asked me if I would like to go and stay in Ibiza for a month with a community, and I didn't want to go. But after 18 months, I was drawn back again, and I said, "Oh well, I'll come for a month." So I came here for a month, and then I was in the woods listening to the birds and smelling the pine trees, and I thought I could live here. Still didn't think I would, because I was going to live in Gozo. So I went to Gozo for 6 months and then came back to Ibiza and decided this was where I needed to be. So
Nice.
I went back to England. I had a mobile home in England, and I didn't think I had many material possessions, but it took me 4 months to get rid of everything. And I came to Ibiza with 4 cases, 2 rucksacks and a box.
Wow, how amazing is that? So tell us more about what made you leave your marriage and your connection when you were young as a daughter. What made you leave your marriage at age 68?
Well, I was mentally abused all my life and under complete control with my father, and then I went from my father to my husband. And in the end, it made me ill, because for a long time I thought, I can't leave my husband, he wasn't well and he was getting old. But in the end I was forced to go because I was getting ill myself.
So tell us, if for all the people watching here, what is your advice to them in terms of being controlled by your father or your husband?
Well, you need to have the guts to go. I didn't have the guts to go for a long time. I should have gone much earlier. But you need to have the guts to leave, because it's not your fault. I always thought it was my fault, but it wasn't. And you can have a just amazing life if you leave. And I've come up spiritually so much since I left.
And have you met like amazing people? You mentioned some things about your clairvoyant experiences. Tell us more about your spiritual journey since you started traveling.
Well, so many things have happened. The first clairvoyant I went to in England told me that my guides have been waiting for me. And I also, my father and my mother came through actually at that time. And my father was saying he was sorry to me. He said it was his upbringing that had made him like he was. And then
Then your mother came through.
yes, and I didn't realise my mother was being mentally abused as well. I realise that now, but I didn't realise at the time. And usually it's because people are insecure that they're like they are.
It's because they're insecure. They don't realize they're being abused.
No.
And you mentioned something earlier about not feeling like you're good.
Yes, I always felt that it was my fault, and I was told I was no good by my father and my husband. I was no good at anything. My husband used to say I couldn't do anything. Couldn't even use the washing machine.
Wow.
I couldn't do anything in the end before I left him.
Aww. how did your world change after you started traveling?
Oh, it changed. Oh, irrevocably it changed. The first place I went to was Australia and New Zealand, and they're geared up for backpacking there. And during that 8.5 months that I travelled, I got confidence, and I can go anywhere in the world now. Then the second year I went to India because a friend had said I could live for £1,000 for 6 months. And I was short of money at the time, so I went to India for 6 months. And then I've been to all these other countries. One year I went to 11 countries in 1 year.
Wow.
Which was amazing.
Wow.
But I've met a lot of spiritual masters. I went to 3 ashrams the first year that I left, and learnt a lot from that. And meeting people from different cultures, you learn so much. And I felt grateful to have a caravan to live in when I saw how people had to live in India. But they seem happy. I don't know if they are, but they all seem happy with their lot.
Yeah. So what is your advice to everybody watching after having left your marriage and after having traveled 47 countries,
Yeah.
one for every year of your marriage?
Yes.
Tell us, what would you like people to know?
Well, I'd like you to know that there's a wonderful life out there if you can just take the steps to leave and be yourself and grow spiritually and change your life completely.
And what about people that are, say, your age? At 68 is when you started traveling.
Yes.
And, they might be concerned about their age.
Oh, you don't have to worry about your age. I'm 82 now. And I've just done the Camino, walked the Camino, 295 kilometers.
How was that for you? How do you manage your health and your aging process? Is that even a question in your mind?
No, it's not. Aging process is not a question in my mind at all. I'd never even think about age. Okay. But I live very healthily. I do yoga, meditation, walking, swimming.
Nice.
And eat healthily.
Okay. And you were talking to me about how much you're being guided now.
Yes.
Right? Tell us more about that.
Well, I know that I've got guides and angels guiding me, looking after me. They channel through other people and tell me. And I'm now going to leave Ibiza and go to drive through Spain to Portugal. And they've told me they'll support me all the way, and I just have to ask for what I want. Because angels are there to help you, but you have to ask them. They can't do anything unless you ask them.
And how do you listen to them?
I listen with my heart. Or with things that I see, like I went to get the ferry to go to Denia last Friday, and it was cancelled, and I went to a hotel and it was empty, so I asked my angels what's happening. And then I just driving out of the car park and I meet a lady, and she tells me a hotel that I can stay in where I am now. There was a parking place right outside the hotel, so I think to myself, this is where I'm meant to be.
Wonderful. And then you mentioned that you don't worry about money. Tell us more about what got you to not worry about money.
No, my husband used to worry about money all the time. I had to go to second-hand shops to get clothes. I had to be very careful with money, going around the shops, finding the cheapest thing. And now, I met my spiritual guide in Egypt in person. He told me I don't have to worry about money, so I don't worry about it.
Wow.
And things come to me.
Things come to you.
If you don't worry, things just come to you, but you have to trust. The main thing is to trust.
And tell us what else has opened up for you outside of traveling. I'm sure you've met amazing people, seen amazing cultures, and clearly you're published in 4 books now.
Yes.
So tell us what the books and what else has opened up for you.
Well, the first book is called A Journey Beyond the Spirits, and I met my spiritual guide in Egypt, and he gave me the name for the book, and it was him that was channeling me all the time and told me I was going to write a book, which I thought I couldn't do. And then I've got a second book called Divine Mystery, and that's a continuation of that story. Then the third one is this one, my Camino at 81 years. It's never too late. And then the fourth one is my Ibiza experience. And I've been here 5.5 years, and I've been writing for 5 years about Ibiza, all what's happened in Ibiza.
Amazing.
And then the next one will be about Portugal.
Wow. That's awesome. And you guys, if you're looking to order her book, just notice the name is under Jillian B. West. So Syria, thank you so much for doing this 10-minute Q&A so the world can get motivated to travel no matter what their health situation is, no matter what their marital status or their money problems. So I hope you guys will share this and spread the word. And if you're looking to travel, you can do this at any age, no matter where you're at. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Oh, I was going to say...
Go ahead.
Syria, my books will be Syria Gaia.
Syria Gaia.
In the future.
And do you have a website that if they want to get a hold of you, or...
No.
No, it's in the works.
Well, I have, but I don't know what it is because Heather's doing that.
What about Facebook?
Yes, I'm on Facebook.
What is your Facebook page?
Syria. Well, I'm Syria Gaia on Facebook.
Okay, Syria, Siriya, and there's Gaia, right?
Yes.
There you go. There you can find her, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.